Hi folks, how yous doing? So I've already put up a couple of videos from Krakow on YouTube and stuff, and I've put some things up on TikTok. The video to follow this we talk will be the food review ones, just a wee like the food that I tried in Krakow. I hope you have watched the one where I was getting the train. Pay attention to that a wee bit because I kind of messed it up. So the first place we went to for tickets, it was actually bus tickets. You actually get your train tickets at the station or on the train. You can hardly hear me at one point. I was watching back the video and I just basically show you there's a machine on the train if you're going to get a ticket. I think it cost us 20 zlotys, which amounted to like £4 or £5 for the train from the airport into Krakow main station. We actually stayed on an extra stop because our apartment was near our main square. I didn't do a review on the apartment. It's usually just hotels. It's only because trying to go to booking.com and find an apartment that I was talking about might be a wee bit more difficult than actually looking for a hotel. But there was a hotel, starts with a W, with Spanky or something like that. Can't quite remember, or something like that anyway. It was just round the corner for us. If you look into that hotel, it's literally 5 minutes walk away from the main square. I did a couple of beer reviews, and as I was going on with different beers, I was getting drunker. So I had tried a pizza one night, so excuse me, but I'm a wee bit drunk there. That was my last one I actually had. The Polish beer's really, really strong, although it is really, really nice. I'll do the beer review in a separate video, but after this one will be the food review. I used the tram once over there. You can buy your tram tickets on the tram. Also at some of the tram stops they've got machines for the tram tickets, but you need to bear in mind that you need to validate that ticket as soon as you're on the tram, or even if you buy the ticket on the tram from one of the machines, you still need to validate it because it's like a 60-minute ticket. There's wee kind of machines, they're toty, on the hand railings on the tram. You just put your ticket in there and it just stamps it. If you don't do that, you're risking a fine when the inspector comes on. So I made sure that we validated our ticket. So I just done a tram once. The rest of the time I walked it. I think one day I covered 14 mile. I walked it from our apartment down to Schindler's Factory. See, when I went prior to COVID, you didn't need to book into any of these places. But now you do. When we turned up, it was queued right back. Auschwitz was the same. They've changed now, so you used to get in for free in Auschwitz. You used to be able just to turn up and get in. But you can get in after 3 p.m. in the afternoon, but it shuts at 5:30, so it's not really worth your while. Excuse me. So we did still turn up and we queued. We were there for 7:30. In fact, maybe just after 7, we jumped a taxi, only because there was 6 of us, and it cost the same amount. But if there's only a couple of yous, I highly recommend getting the bus. I went into the bus station, so the bus station is actually in Krakow's main train station, and also the big massive shopping centre. The first bus going to Auschwitz would be at 20 to 7 in the morning, and it would get you at Auschwitz for about back at 8. Again, I felt that was plenty of time because by the time we get served, there's big boards up telling you how many spaces certain languages have got for their groups. It cost us £22 each for a tour guide. We had to take the tour guide, so we had got our tickets at 8:30 and we were booked on for the 9:30 slot. You just kind of hang about. It went in quite quick. We had a really, really good tour guide. She was giving us loads of information, speaking about survivors that go back and do lectures and stuff like that in Auschwitz. It was really, really interesting. In the main Auschwitz camp, we were there for about maybe 2 hours, and then she has a short break for you to catch something to eat and a drink. And then they get the bus over to the Birkenau camp, and we were there for about an hour. prior to COVID, when I went myself, I did cover a lot more without the guide. But to be fair, there was a lot of places closed. And the things I seen the last time, I'm assuming the places are closed for renovation. I think they're trying to kind of do it up a wee bit. But £22, do you know what? I didn't grudge that one bit. It was actually worth the money. Just for the being there alone. The information this lassie was giving us was just really, really good. You walk about with my headset on and she speaks in English. They've got Polish groups, German groups, French, Italian, so they would speak in that language. So if you're going to go to Auschwitz for the day and there is only a couple of years, get the bus or you can get the train. I'm sure the train was that coming about £8? I might be wrong because I think the taxi was £8 each only because it was 6 of us. And I think the train was the same price. But we were all kind of hunched into a taxi for like an hour and 15 minutes. It was a bit much. But the train station's only a 20-minute walk from Auschwitz. I highly recommend using the public transport because it is really, really cheap. The first time we went to Auschwitz, we jumped the bus and it was like a couple of zlotys, literally. Obviously, after COVID, things have got dearer, and with the current climate now, things are getting more expensive, but Krakow is still relatively cheap. If you're going to be drinking and eating on Main Square, you are going to pay a wee bit dearer. I took my friends to a pub that me and my husband went to pre-COVID, and it was like 13 zlotys a pint. The now, that's the money the now, which was like £2.50. When you go up into Main Square, you're going to pay between 20 and maybe 23 zlotys for a pint, which is round about £4, £4.50. Again, I'm from Glasgow, so do you know what? If I was to get into Glasgow city centre, you're going to be paying about £6 a pint, so it is still cheaper if you want to get the experience of the Main Square. But I like going further out with and seeing like your wee old traditional pubs and stuff like that and getting a wee cheap pint. I quite like that. So you'll see my beer review in a separate video, like the pint sizes. I try all different types of beer, but I was getting drunker, so I apologise for that. It's my pals. It is a funny video. It's quite funny, so hopefully you find it funny. But yeah, that's it. It was just like one point I was like, oh my god, I'm so drunk. But I absolutely love Krakow. So if you're going to go, try and pre-book everything before you go. That was a rookie error on my part because I'd been before. We just turned up to these places. But I think after the pandemic, plus Krakow's really relatively cheap to go to, and it's like a lot of stag parties, hen parties go. So I think the demand on Krakow is getting more, and people obviously go to like the salt mines, Auschwitz, Schindler's Factory, and they're starting to have to pre-book that now. I think purely because of the demand of these places. But it's still really worth seeing. I've seen them all before. But it is a walkable city. See, if you like walking, you can absolutely walk this city. I done Jewish Quarter. I kind of separated from my friends one day because I'm such a World War II geek. I like things like that. And I went down into Jewish Quarter and seeing like older buildings, as if you've just kind of transferred back into the 1940s. It was really, really good. I sampled some food down there. I walked it back up to Main Square again. I enjoyed the walk. I felt safe enough in Krakow. I didn't feel intimidated or anything like that. Nobody bothers you. So if I was going as a solo traveller, it's easily done. So it's definitely one of these places I think everybody should visit. Purely because of the culture, the history. We've seen the ghetto walls. That doesn't cost anything. They're actually in Jewish Quarter on the way to Schindler's Factory. You see the walls, the ghetto walls and stuff, and there's a wee memorial there. So there's quite a lot to see in Krakow. There's shopping centres if you like a wee bit of shopping. There's 2 shopping centres in Krakow and they're actually decently sized. There's plenty of places to eat and things like that. You can sample the local food. You can also, they've got McDonald's and stuff like that if you're into things like that. Steakhouses, pizzas. I tried the TikTok viral Pizzatopia. Expensive. Customer service wasn't great as I'll explain on this video. But the pizza was beautiful. I like a pizza and this pizza was absolutely delicious. So I'm glad I tried that. But I would definitely give Krakow a shout. It's as cheap or as dear as you want to make it. We stayed in an apartment, so our flights return from Edinburgh, because EasyJet don't fly from Glasgow, so we jumped through Edinburgh, and 3 nights in an apartment, a 3-bedroomed apartment. We were £300 each, and that was actually decent, 5 minutes away from Main Square. We also hired a minibus. I will put the guys' details on this video. We were £85 each way on the minibus to Edinburgh Airport. I've actually hired them again for Glasgow Airport, but when we turned up into the van, he had a cool box full of alcoholic drinks for us, which was absolutely great service. The guy was there for us getting back off the plane in Edinburgh. Brilliant. I would definitely recommend this guy for your transfers if you're needing a minibus hire to any of the airports in Glasgow, Edinburgh. I don't know how far this guy goes out, but I'll put his information up on this video. It's worth maybe giving him a wee message just to ask. As I said, I've come home and then booked him for Glasgow purely because there is going to be 3 adults and a child in 8 cases, so we're needing the boot space. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hang in there because you will see my food reviews attached onto this. I will edit my beer reviews and get them up. Again, I apologise because the latter beer that I tried, I was a wee bit drunker than I would normally be. I kind of let myself go a wee bit purely because I had a child-free weekend, and I had good fun with my mates, so it was a good laugh. But definitely give Krakow a shout. Thank you so much. I've noticed on my TikTok, it's Wee Keldall that I call myself on TikTok. I've gained a few followers from that. Thank you so much. Thank you any new subscribers. Even if you don't want to subscribe to my channel, thank you so much for watching this video. It means so much to me. This has been like a dream for me to start doing videos. Just it encourages me to get out and about. It's like a wee hobby of mine, to be honest with you. I quite like doing this, to show you guys all like your wee kind of cheap eats, like your cheap times on holiday, because let's face it, times are getting tougher financially, we still want to go on holiday, and do you know what, you want to still have a good time and not totally overspend your money. Occasionally I have done that. I've just went, oh, do you know what, I work, let's do it. But yeah, I'm trying to get as much videos up as I can, because I do also work full time as well. I'm night shift just now, so hang on to this video. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. It means so much to me. Thank you. Have a nice day. Hi folks, so we've came to Pizzatopia. Just adjusting the camera there, it's covered the mic. There we go. Pizzatopia. So this is the pizza I got, pepperoni. So I was 54 zlotys for that and a juice right there. So that works out to about £10. Give us a wee bash. Oh, that's beautiful. Base is nice and thin, but you're getting the taste of the base, cheese, and the pepperoni's pure crispy, just how I like it. Look at this. Absolutely delicious. Pizza's like my go-to. Absolutely love pizza. Customer service could have been a wee bit better. They're a wee bit kind of abrupt, but anyway, we'll let that go. But give this place a try. Absolutely beautiful. Pizzatopia, and it's just down for Market Square. We've got about 3 shops in Krakow as far as I've seen, but the one we're in is just down for Market Square, the main Market Square. Thanks very much for watching this video, guys, it's much appreciated. Hi folks, I've came out a wee walk. I'm in the Jewish quarter, and it's just amazing. It's really, as if you step back in time to the 1940s. Look at all this, look at the buildings. places. Absolutely fascinating to be places like this. Absolutely love it. So I've came down to the Judah food market. It's like all wee food trucks type thing, so I'm going to try some fries. My husband says I have to try these fries, so I'll be back in a wee minute. Hi folks, so I got the fries. There was nowhere to sit, so I've kind of brought the GoPro in the corner, but check these. I got ketchup with me. You can have ketchup or mayo. But you know, I already started eating them and seeing it a bit into one. Look at this. Beautiful. They make them fresh, so they're not lying about. The guy said about 6 minutes or something like that, so I was like, that's fine. But the chips, it's a full chip size. Sometimes you get chips and they're kind of light in the middle, there's hardly any potato. These are full chips. Beautiful. I think I was, got the receipt here. I was 16 zlotys, which works out at, so it's 5 zlotys to the pound, 10, but £3 odd, which is fantastic for a small chips. So I'm actually going to work my way around to Old Town, but I just wanted to say, when I bit into these chips, it reminded me of my childhood. My gran used to make chips and it tasted so like them. Beautiful. A few slides in this video, I'm just going to add wee voiceovers because I was just walking about with the GoPro, just letting you guys see parts of Krakow. So this is Market Square. It's in the Old Town. Excuse me. It's got all different wee vendors and stuff, like you can buy trinkets. But this centre building here is just all zapikankas. Different vendors with the same food. I went to the busiest one because I thought, do you know what? Standard, isn't it? Somewhere that's really busy is going to be giving you really good food. And I was not disappointed. You'll see that in the next slide. But as you can see, it's just wee market kind of bits, like bits and bobs food and like wee trinket stalls and that. I love it down here. It was really nice. Traditional buildings, just a really nice place to be. Hello. So I'm back, folks, with the zapikanka. So this is tomato, mushroom and cheese, like on a French bread thing. It's like a traditional Polish cuisine. It only cost me 12 zlotys, which was just over £2. But you can get like different like sauces and stuff. So I got barbecue on this, and I get tomato as well. Get me try. It was absolutely piping. I was just waiting on it cooling down there. That cheese pool was just never ending there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Everything I expected and more, and again, they make it fresh. But look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I totally recommend coming here. I'm in the Old Town, not the main Market Square, in the Old Town Market Square at Jews Quarter. It's really, really good. I'm going to attach a wee video of a walk around here, but I totally recommend one of these. This wee place is the Funnel Cake Bakery. They've got different wee bakeries dotted about. As you can see from the menu, there's different fillings and stuff like that, and they make them fresh in the shop. Absolutely packing, this place. I would definitely give this a try. You'll see my next slide. Definitely. Hi folks, so we're into the Chimney Cake Bakery, and I got an apple cinnamon funnel cake. 19 zlotys, and I actually didn't expect it to be heavy as it was. Oh my god, see that? Oh my god, apple cinnamon. Oh, you need to try that.
How good is that?
Look inside that, can you see that? Oh, lovely. These wee vendors are absolutely fantastic. They're all dotted about the city, and this is what I bought, 3 zlotys. Hi folks, beautiful day in Krakow today, so I've got one of these. It's like a wee bread type thing, but they do like different flavours. This is one's got like sesame seeds and that on it. 3 zlotys, absolutely love these. You can get them like in cheese and stuff. 3 zlotys, and the wee stalls are all kind of dotted going about the streets and stuff. I'll show you one. I'll tag it in this video, but these are brilliant. Just wee bread, kind of pretzel things. But they're ideal for breakfast in the morning. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going to walk about and grab this. It's literally just round the close to where I was staying. So give these a try, all different flavours. We found this wee place on our first day there. Again, these wee donut places are dotted all about the city. You can't miss them. There's quite a few. And as you can see, they've got all different fillings. I went for the raspberry and absolutely loved it. On my first day, I would say that was the best thing I ate that day. Amazing. Hi folks. So we got these wee donuts for €9. €9. 9.50. You got a raspberry one? Lovely. Look at that.
Nah, I'm not.
Oh, beautiful.
I get the oceans from you. That was genuinely one of the best things I've ever had.
The glazing is not too heavy. The dough's really, really soft. It's beautiful.
Oh, we've got a beer.
Lovely.